All right, folks. All right, that's a great song. We're here live this week. Refuse to vote, but I'm going to talk about that later. Instead, we have something very special for you this week because I've spent the whole week with my daughter. Almost the whole week with my daughter. Uh, Something came up, and we had to be a parent this week. We also had to deal with colds this week. But anyways, uh, and so my daughter is here, and she wants to play this musical instrument. It's a recorder. It's a flute. I have it here in my hand. Yes, I know that. I know that. I'm going to let them know that. She wants to let you guys know that she's been practicing very hard. I guess in school they have something it's called a recorder.
No, it's called after school program where you pick out a subject and you have a first choice, second choice, and a third choice. And I picked recorder.
All right, so you picked the recorder, and what you're going to do today is you're going to sing a little song for us, right?
Mhm.
Okay, then let's hear your song. Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, done.
And that was a very good job, Victoria. Let's give her everybody a big hand. That's right. That's very good right here. All right, folks. That's great. That's my daughter. Now run along. Gotta run along now. That's right. We'll probably hear more of her songs when she gets through with this recorder music instrument she has here. It's called a recorder. And it is I guess it's like a flute-like thing or something, or I don't know what it is, but it's called a recorder. Anyways, folks, that was my daughter with a song. She also does painting. She's also trying to raise some money so she can go to her church camp. And here she is again.
Dad, I did my painting, so goodbye.
Yes. All right, goodbye. Get out of here. Get out of the studio. Get out. Goodbye. Yes, she does painting, folks. And you can find out more about that on my website, www.thewadeshow.com, where we have two of her paintings up there right now for you to take a look at. Now, I'm not saying you got to pay, a lot, but what she's looking for is just some money to help with paying for her church camp. I'm not sure how much it is. Her mom knows how much it is, but even if it's $1, $5, I think one of the paintings is $10. Very good watercolor painter, actually. She's won a few awards in school on that. But that's what she wanted to come in here and sing a song for everyone. So we are an independent broadcasting here. Diversity Broadcasting Network is independent. So we have independent songwriters and singers come up on the show, so I figured my daughter could possibly play a little song. And we're coming up on a break here anyways. So after the break, we're going to come back with some political news and what's happening in politics, because Bernie Sanders, Chelsea Clinton, and the Cruz guy there visited my hometown as we all know, last week. And I got some more nifty, gritty information for you about some stuff. I said I'd stay away from politics, but I think it's time I get involved in politics. Since we're getting closer to the elections. And other things of me being refused to vote. That's very serious, folks. I was refused my right to vote. And I'm pretty pissed about it. So we'll discuss it when we come back. www.thewadeshow.com. www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Renee, and I'm the owner of Angelic Comfort. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive empath, Reiki master, ordained minister, spiritual counselor, and a spiritual guide. Angelic Comfort offers angel readings, spiritual counseling and guidance sessions, spirit communication, energy work workshops, and even private gallery events. We have an on-site shop that, once purchased, each item is individually infused with Reiki energy to help you with any energy work that you may need. Also, we have many posts and blogs on the site that help you to become enlightened a little bit more, or even to help you in a time of need. So please stop by Angelic Comfort today at www.angelic-comfort.com.
Hi, author and space scientist Stephanie Osborne here. Please join me for my new show. The Osborne Cosmic Weather Report is a 5-minute weekly segment that informs listeners about solar and space weather activity, such as sunspots, flares, auroras, comets, meteor showers, as well as space news, historical space anniversaries, and more. For specific air times, check the schedule on your favorite radio station. The Displaced Detective books are sci-fi mysteries in which Sherlock Holmes is accidentally brought to the modern day by Dr. Sky Chadwick. Science fiction master Jerry Pournelle recommends the series, and reviewer Melissa Bartell calls them literary crack. The Case of the Displaced Detective, The Arrival, and At Speed, The Case of the Cosmological Killer, The Rendlesham Incident, and Endings and Beginnings, and The Case of Spontaneous Combustion are available from your favorite booksellers.
I wonder if Sherlock Holmes would be interested in a mystery about a mummy or something. Anyways, folks, welcome back. This week's been a tough week in New York with the elections. A lot of people refuse to vote because we are independents. A lot of ballot problems, a lot of machine problems. I was just online just here during our breaks, and I can't believe what's going on. I personally think that something's up. That's my personal opinion. I also think that things are happening that they shouldn't be happening. Somebody made a comment on Facebook about Ron Paul saying the elections is faked and rigged this year. Then again, every year, folks. But then again, every year, Ron Paul says something. So you can't do anything about that. Now, something else you can't do anything about is Bernie Sanders making funny comments at his election and arguing with Hillary Clinton. We saw several times where they're arguing. Why are they arguing with each other? Why are they sitting there arguing in a debate? Why are we putting up with this? I just don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on. I think it's going to be a tough ride. I've answered my emails, and my emails are just about ready to be thrown in the garbage. Seriously, all this paperwork here, all of this stuff I got here in front of me, and I don't know what to do with it all. So what I do here is I sit here with it all, and I sit here, and I try to make the most of it. The emails. First, they make fun of me for wanting to vote for Donald Trump. And now, they're making fun of me because I was talking about the Native Americans and Bernie Sanders. Which, I mean, unless you're a total idiot, unless you're totally dumb, totally stupid, totally whatever words I can say to insult you, you have to realize that these people are being harmed. Their way of life, what they do, how they think, their beliefs, they're being harmed. These people are being harmed. And the Native Americans need to have somebody stand up for them. They need to have somebody stand up and say it's enough. It's enough. Now I realize the other side of this story. And I don't know what to do about that either. Because I've said it before. You offer help to the Native American community. You offer help to them and they deny it. They utterly deny the help. They don't want it. They think it's not right. They don't want to do what you ask. They don't want to help you. They don't want to, go along with what you're doing. And I think it's very, very bad that that's happening. But however, let's look on the other side of this. The ones that we are trying to help, that are wanting to have the help, that are looking for the help, we're not willing to help them. Well, I am willing to help them. These other people aren't. I'd be fine to go and help these people. In fact, there's a huge, in my area, not more than about 52 miles, literally 52 miles from my doorstep, there's a reservation. And I've talked to people up there. I've been on the phone with people up there. I've consulted with people up there, and I've done movements, and I've talked about it on my show many a times. In fact, last month I think it was, when we started some other things to do with another show that I run up here on www.diversitybroadcasting.com. We got into talking about some other stuff, and I was doing an interview, which we're gonna have shortly, if we can get it on here. We're gonna try our best. But one of the things we're said is that they're open for help, but they just don't want help from anybody. And I still remember that. And the person explained that, some people are not there to help. Some people are there to make it worse. And I understand that side of the story. And I understand all the negativity behind it and what it does. And what I'm rambling about is, trying to tell you that there's two sides to this story, basically. Two different sides to the story. Two sides to every story. But the one side of the story is the one that really, really, really gets to me, is that people don't care about other people's feelings. They don't care about their beliefs. They don't care how they live. They don't care what they do. They don't care about their generational successes. They don't care about generational teachings. They don't care about any of this stuff. And the worst part of it is that they only care about themselves. And they only care about this little box they're stuck in. And they only care about this little, whatever you want to call it, that they're in. Their time-consuming little lifestyle that they've gotten. And it's got to stop. But we can't dwell on that on this program. We can't go into the hate and the negativity. We got to dwell on the success stories. The success stories of Native American reservations that are doing well, and there's all this propaganda stuff. When really, what we need to do is we need to throw it all out. Everything I just said, throw it out. For a moment, anyways. Just for a second right now while I speak this. Throw all that out. And realize that it's not just the Native Americans that are being mistreated. We have the homeless. We have the mentally handicapped. We have the handicapped. We have the physically handicapped. We have the jobless, the people that have lost jobs and are trying to get themselves back together. We have the black community. We have the white community. We have the Mexican community. We have whatever community is in your area. The religious people, the non-religious people, the Wiccan people, the people that have different religious beliefs than the normal religious beliefs. All these people, too, are being affected. Harm is coming to them. Shitty attitudes is being brought up, and that negativity is out there. And we need to stop it. We need to stop all of that. Now let's go back to the Native Americans. If we can't stop making fun of the normal people that live in our own communities, how are we going to take a whole bunch of group of people that live totally different than us and expect to entwine them in with us and take history and sort of erase it? We don't need to erase it. We need to change it now. Go back there and let them have their land. Who cares? Who cares? Let them have it. They're not hurting anybody, and they don't believe in hurting us. Told by a Native American once, the land is everybody's. You live on it, I live on it, but we can't destroy it. And what that means is that I live in my house, he lives in his house. And I don't go out and chop unnecessarily down trees. I don't kill animals unnecessarily. He doesn't do things unnecessarily that he does. Okay? And that's a very good view of life. Everyone should live that way. I don't care who they are. Leave people alone. Let them live the way they are. The land, the resources, it's everyone. So we need to share it. And that's the basic line, is sharing and caring. And we can't share and care for our own people right down the street. Literally, there are people that have people right down the street at the end of their block that live differently, speak differently, look differently. Something is different about them, and they can't respect them. It's just totally shitty. And I'm getting off on a tangent here, but this is serious. So this goes back to the Bernie Sanders. And then we see the Hillary Clinton thing about the medical and the jobs and all this other stuff. And it's just crazy. It's just outright crazy what's going on. And now I'm rolling into the political views that I said I was going to get into. Donald Trump is beginning to open his mouth and say some weird stuff. It's just, I just don't understand any of it. I really don't. My emails, what's going on TV, the political stuff that I spoke about last week, people are making fun of. The stuff I talk about this week, next week, they're going to make fun of. They're still sending me emails about why my decision is horrible and shouldn't be, and what I want to do and who I want to vote for is awful. My email is up on my website, www.thewadeshow.com, www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com. And we are headed for a little break. We're headed for another break. We're headed for something that needs to be done. I need to get these things in. I need to get these breaks in. I need to get these little things, and it's very important this week that we get them in. Man, I'm gonna choose these songs randomly that I put in this week. I might not get to them all, but I have a responsibility to get songs, advertisements in. I'm developing, like I said last week, I'm developing myself, so someday maybe I can sit in one of these CEO chairs I see so nicely when I go up there to meet the management up there at Diversity Broadcasting Network. I love the CEO chairs, and maybe I want to sit in one of those instead of the nice cushion chairs. You know what I'm saying? So, folks, I'm looking at the clock, and I'm seeing that we have to go on a break. So, www.thewadeshow.com, www.diversitybroadcasting.com, www.iVlogTV.com is where our chat room is this week. Our phone number is 607-238-3816. May change. We got some news on that, too. So let's just go on to this break, and we'll be right back.
How do you react when you discover that the next space shuttle disaster has happened right on schedule? As the true scope of the disaster is uncovered by Flight Director Crash Murphy and astronomer Dr. Mike Anders, they run for their lives as lovers, friends, and co-workers perish. What happened to the shuttle? Why is the government calling it an accident? Who's willing to kill to keep it secret? How big is the conspiracy? Burnout, The Mystery of Space Shuttle STS-281 by Stephanie Osborne is available from your favorite booksellers.
Hello, my name is Renee, and I'm the owner of Angelic Comfort. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive empath, Reiki master, ordained minister, spiritual counselor, and a spiritual guide. Angelic Comfort offers angel readings, spiritual counseling and guidance sessions, spirit communication, energy work workshops, and even private gallery events. We have an on-site shop that, once purchased, each item is individually infused with Reiki energy to help you with any energy work that you may need. Also, we have many posts and blogs on the site that help you to become enlightened a little bit more, or even to help you in a time of need. So please stop by Angelic Comfort today at www.angelic-comfort.com.
The placemats on the table, the curtains match the drapes, but still her mind's uncertain which path to take to avoid a big mistake. Of all the time I've contemplated, I can't believe all of the pressure of the time I thought to feel and realize that I believed was real. A feeling so familiar, a memory embraced in just one passing moment. Night becomes the day, and the ghosts are gone away. Am I alone, or am I really just alive? I can't believe all of the pressure at the time I fought to feel and realize that I believed was real. The rest of your life, I'll make the grade if I'm a million miles away. Am I alive? Or am I really just alive? I can't believe all of the pressure I thought to feel and realize that I believed was real. That I believed was real. That I believed was real.
That's a great song. An absolutely wonderful song, folks. A really, really nice song. I don't know if I'm going to be playing some of these songs again that I have on this program, but it is a nice song. Anyways, folks, welcome back. Checking my emails, answering a few phone calls, as we go about stuff, as we go about doing stuff. And we all know that some of these phone calls are people yelling and screaming in my ear, but they're not. One of the phone calls was about advertising. We do advertising here. If you want to advertise your business, www.thewadeshow.com or www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com. We both have advertising packages up on the websites there. One of them was about that. One of them was a friend of mine calling me to see if I wanted to go to the store. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't you just come down to the studio, sit down and hang out with me, and then after we can go to Walmart or whatever. Why? He told me to call him back when I'm done. I mean, that could be midnight, for God's sake. Who knows? 1 in the morning, midnight, whenever I'm done with the show. I don't know. I have a deadline now, but besides that, I don't know. I don't even know how long this show's up to. This week, the management has given me stuff to play, which I don't mind doing that. I think it's very nice. These are independent artists, by the way, that you hear. The music on this program are independent artists. I encourage you, as I go and take a big glass of Gatorade here and chug it down. I encourage you to go up to Diversity Broadcasting Network's website and get more information about these artists. They're great artists. A lot of times I won't know their names, or I forget their names, or whatever, but they do great work. And let's support the independent artist. If you're an independent musician, if you're an independent artist, if you're somebody who sings or dances or plays music or does something, we want to hear from you because we support you. Also, why not come on the show and be a guest? I'm looking for guests once again on the show. We've done the rotation of the guests. We've done the rotation of the every now and then I kind of set a certain time frame down the road when we'll be done with all the guests and the shows and everything and new material. So we're that time frame again where we're looking for more guests. And earlier in the program, I was talking about Native Americans. I was talking about Bernie Sanders. And I'm going to apologize if I offended somebody out there by mentioning your group of people, homeless, Native American, job-seeking people. I don't mean to offend because quite a few people in our iVlogTV.com chat room said that that's disgusting, my comments. I have disgusting comments. I have overrated ego. Folks, I don't mean to, discriminate against you or make fun of you. But I'm just saying there are other people, other kinds of people, besides the Native Americans, that we have discriminated against, tortured, made them feel uncomfortable, and it's wrong. And that's the point I'm trying to get at here, that if we can't solve the normal, everyday people that walk by us on the street, that drive by us on the highways, that shop with us in the mall, then how are we going to take people like the Native Americans, who we honestly did horrible things to way back in history? I don't know, but I'm English. I don't believe I've done anything wrong in history to Native Americans. And I've said it many a times. I've told them myself, if I have, I apologize, or if my family has, or my generations have. But the point I'm trying to get at is, like I said, they're driving by you on the highways, they're shopping with you at the mall, they're walking with you down the street, maybe not with you, but they're passing by you. And we can't even treat them with respect. How are we going to treat a nation of people with respect? And there's other nations of people. Let's say the black community, for instance. We've made fun of them. We talk about them. We're this and that. And they are not a group of people. They are a group of people. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is, it's not. It's not like what we did to the Native Americans. But some of them may believe it is. But anyways, we need to respect them. We need to respect each other. We need to teach people how to respect each other. We need to teach not only our children, but the teenagers. A lot of these videos are not kids under the age of 10 and 12 and 15. Okay? They're middle school children or high school children that are doing these stupid things. And then the adults do the stupid things because they got away with it when they were in middle and high school. I disagree. I disagree with how people are treated. I was picked on in high school. I was picked on in middle school. I was picked on in elementary school. I'm still picked on in life. Just the emails alone that come through for this show shows me that you people can't respect me and want to pick on me and treat me like crap. But I don't retaliate. This is a show. This is entertainment. But there's some things that are not show and not entertainment. Like the lives of other people that you are making fun of on a daily basis. That you're hurting on a daily basis. That you're causing to go home and some people think crazy thoughts. You've made them think that because of the way you treated them. That's wrong. It needs to stop. All the way around, it just needs to stop. Let's change the subject for a moment here, because this subject is probably going to get me in trouble. But because I got to get off the subject of you people being against me, because maybe it's not all negativity. Maybe something did happen to you. Maybe you are a black person. Maybe you are a Native American. Maybe you are a special needs person. Or maybe you're a normal person, and you're tired of these people saying that you're picking on them and making fun of them. But whatever the hardship is, you need to get over it. You need to move on. You need to, as my friend said, suck it up and go with it. Because some things are not going to change no matter what I say or you say. I can't change millions and millions of Americans and millions and billions and trillions of people around the world that have bad thoughts about something. I can't change that. I've tried on my show to change people's political views, and I can't even do that. I've tried to change their mental views, their thinking. I can't do that. So how am I going to change millions of people if I can't change our 100,000 listeners a week, a month, a day? My count's up to 2,000 listeners a week listen to my show. Okay? Just my show. This network has probably 100,000 people listening to it on any given day. Maybe it has less. Maybe it has more. I don't know. I'm just ballparking 100,000 people are listening to me somewhere in the United States. And all this group of people, I can't change how they act. How am I going to change the rest of the world? The numbers don't count. Because I think if you hurt somebody's feelings once, one person, that's bad enough. Somebody in the iVlog TV chat room just said nobody's ever going to change. No. I believe they could. I believe there can be change. But I don't believe it's going to happen overnight. I don't believe it's going to happen because of me. And I believe it takes both sides. Just like somebody changing their behavior, it takes the other side seeing that the person's behavior has changed. So if the person changes his behavior and nobody wants to recognize it, then there's no change. It takes people recognizing the change. It takes people doing the change. And then the other people accepting the change. Well, that's what I meant earlier by there's another side. There's some Native Americans who don't want to accept the things that have happened good. They only want to deal with the bad. It's just like the black community. They want to deal with one thing that's happened. And there's thousands of things that have happened good. And they just focus on those 1-2 things. But it's always been that way. It's always been that way, folks. About anything, everything and anything, it's always that way. That there's people that focus only on few things, and they don't focus on anything that they should. And it becomes down to the point that if they focus on what they should focus on, and they begin to rethink and refocus themselves and reanimate themselves and redo themselves, maybe, just maybe, perhaps, change can be done. Perhaps something can be done about the way they act and the way they feel and the way they do things and the way they cope and the way they try and the way they administer themselves and in the way that they try to administer themselves and in the way they try to change others. Because I'm going to tell you right now, folks, half of these people's problems are because they're listening to other people and they're getting ideas from other people. That's half of it. I mean, for instance, one person thinks Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker, and let's throw in, Hillbilly Jim and King Kong Bundy and the Honky Tonk Man are not good wrestlers. And a bunch of other people jump in board saying, no, they're not good wrestlers. I see what you're talking about. Or I agree with you. Or they just go along with it. Well, all of those wrestlers who I just named are absolutely wonderful wrestlers. They're great wrestlers. They're great entertainers. They're great people. just because one person thinks they're bad, somebody else is going to follow through. Well, that happens in politics. It happens in the we're talking about now the Native Americans. Somebody says something, and then somebody believes it, or somebody starts teaching it, or somebody starts wanting to have that view, and it ruins it for everything else. So, back to Bernie Sanders. How this started is, part of his speech in my area here at our arena was the fact that he thinks rights and things and all that kind of stuff should be given back to them, should be helped with them, and they should be focused on. And not one other candidate has brought up that issue. Not one candidate has brought up the issue that our people don't have jobs because the jobs are unable to pay them. The wages here are going up to $9, $10 an hour, and the business is not bringing enough money in to pay for it. But taxes are high, but taxes are this, the taxes are that. I thought that was something good. The fighting, though, between these people, and Donald Trump has done it. Hillary and Bernie Sanders is just one example. The other example is Donald Trump fighting with people and reporters and arguing and all these other things they're doing. I don't think any of that's right. I don't think any of it should be put up with. Somebody should stand up there and say what they want to do, what their view is, why they want to be elected, and then get the hell off the stage. And that's the way it is. A debate is taking two people, finding out their views, and choosing from their views on which one you want. Not an argument fest that lasted 15 minutes on my television and nothing, that anything that either two parties said was anything worth it in the first place. And them fighting over this stuff wasn't worth it in the first place. Now Hillary Clinton should know better. Bernie Sanders should know better. But they don't. They don't care. And if they don't care, why do they want our vote? Again, I'm going to ask it. If they don't care about us or about any of this stuff going on, why do they want our vote? That's the biggest thing, is why this person wants my vote. Do they want the vote because they want in, or do they want the vote because they want to help me? And they want to change, and they want to do stuff, and they want to see things change, and they want to go down that road. Or do they just want to go down a nice scenic road just for the hell of going down the scenic road? Take the back road with the seeds on it, and the scenic back road of the leaves changing, so the ride would become better. To power or whatever they have, instead of taking a road that has bumps in it, goes through the city with honking cars, and it takes up a little more fuel mileage to get where you're going because you absolutely know you deserve to be there. That's the point. That's the argument too. I don't know. I don't know how to change it. I don't know anything about it. Somebody in the iVlog TV chat room just said, "What are the changes?" I don't know how to change it. I don't know what the changes would be. I know I can't change it. Not by myself. Maybe if this show gets out, as I sit here and eat potato chips, maybe if this show gets out there enough, maybe people will begin to have a different view. Maybe people will have a different side of them. I just noticed nobody's called in. Well, nobody's got a big mouth to run this week. Or maybe you just learned to listen to me because you know I'm right. I don't know which. I don't know. But the changes, I don't know about the changes. I don't know what could be done. I mean, it's been like this for 1,000,000 years. Look back at history. Look back all the way back to Eisenhower, all the way back to Teddy Roosevelt, all the way back to Thomas Jefferson. It's been like this. Nothing's going to change it. Nothing is going to get, things going. Our senators, our congressmen, they don't care. Some of those people have been in there for 20, 30 years. That's all my life. It's a whole lifetime for me. They've been in there my entire lifetime. And they've done nothing. They've done nothing. In an entire lifetime, they've done nothing. What can we do to change it? We can vote them out? No, somebody's going to vote them in. Obviously, somebody has tried to vote them out, and their vote never counted. Or it never happened. Or we didn't go through it right. Or we didn't do it right. Or we can bring up the excuse somebody's not trying. Somebody's not doing their share. Which I hate the argument of somebody not doing their share. Because maybe they have done their share and nobody else has recognized or cared. And it comes back down to, if you're going to do something and no one recognizes that you've done it, have you really done it? As I look at the time, we come up to another break. Maybe I'll skip the break. Should I skip the break or should I have it? Well, maybe we'll have a break. We'll play an ad of a song or something here. All right, www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com is our network here. And we thank them for having us. And www.thewadeshow.com is my personal website, my archives, show information, how to get a hold of me. So, we're looking at the time. We got a break. Let's go to break. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Renee, and I'm the owner of Angelic Comfort. I'm a psychic medium, intuitive empath, Reiki master, ordained minister, spiritual counselor, and a spiritual guide. Angelic Comfort offers angel readings, spiritual counseling and guidance sessions, spirit communication, energy work workshops, and even private gallery events. We have an on-site shop that, once purchased, each item is individually infused with Reiki energy to help you with any energy work that you may need. Also, we have many posts and blogs on the site that help you become enlightened a little bit more, or even to help you in a time of need. So please stop by Angelic Comfort today at www.angelic-comfort.com.
Isn't that a great song? I love these songs. I think they're great. I think the artists who do them is great. We're going on parts of the show here. We're going on to the bottom of the show. I didn't break it up in halves this week. Uh, I don't know why I didn't do that. I should have. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have broken up in half. But I tried something different instead of telling you in the bottom half, the second half, the third half, whatever it is. No one's called in. Maybe the phones don't work. Maybe we're having a phone problem again, and I really don't care. The phone problem has been a problem for a while. It's being addressed. It's being issued. It's being basically it's being crapped on. Taking a big load of crap on it, or something like that. Anyways, we're getting near the end of the program here, and thoughts about this program in this email here are that I should stop worrying about what people think and just do what I want to do in life. Well, that doesn't work. It just doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. What also doesn't work is doing things your way by what other people want you to do. I do that over here because I can get away with it. But I still have somebody on the other end of the phone calling me up saying, why did you say that? When did you say that? What gives you the right to do that? Every show. So bits and pieces become bits and dummies. Bits and pieces become Wade is big mouth yelling and screaming and populating and crapping and he's got diarrhea of the mouth, and it needs to have some Pepto given to him. He needs to have some acid antidiarrheal shoved down his throat. Well, that might be so. That might be so. I admit it. It might be so, but I may be right on half of what I say. I may be right on 70% of what I say, maybe all of what I say. Everything that comes out of my mouth might be right. I don't think tonight I've said anything that's wrong. I don't think last week I said anything that's wrong. I think for half of my entire life, I haven't said anything that's wrong. But, and a but again, because I like saying the word but, you know how I am. I think that half of that other people say is wrong. I think that people need to be open. People need to be thinking. People need to know what's going on. And but again, people don't want to do that. So everything I said in today's program, everything I said today, everything I said is going to go down the tubes. Because somebody's going to be out there, not open their mouth, not want to hear it, not want to do it, not want to focus, not want to play the game, not want to do what they're told to do, not want to see what they're told to see, not want to be that person to get what needs to be done, and on and on and on and on we go. On and on and on we go. And on and on. And it just keeps going and going. Like an Energizer battery commercial. When I was a child, when I was a kid, when I was growing up, when I was in high school, maybe even today they have them. I don't know. I don't have TV. I have a Roku. You can go up to Roku.com, RROKU.com, and get a Roku. But anyways, I have a Roku, so maybe they have one. And it just goes on. And this stuff will continue forever. Like I said, since the beginning of the elections ever started, we've had corruption. Beginning of elections we've had people, as I sit here and drop my pen in some papers, since it all started, there's been these problems. Arguments, debates, people promising things they couldn't do, people promising things they didn't want to do, people arguing and nagging, and people becoming disgusted by what they hear and see, and oh, this is awful and that's awful, and we need to do something about it. I hate that. People sit there and say, we need to do something about it. But what do they do? What do people do about it? What can we do about it? It's like poverty and hunger. We go out there and we feed people and we get in trouble for it. We go out there and motion around. And as you can see, my chair is not that comfortable. As you can hear, this chair is ready to fall over. I almost just fell on the floor just now. Somebody needs to get me a new chair in here. I'm not in the studio anymore. I moved everything in my home. So, since everything's in my home, somebody needs to become a sponsor so I can have a new chair. Somebody needs to become a sponsor so I wouldn't have these little sniffly noses and I can get some medicine so I can come on the show without sniffing my boogers up in my head. But telling you that probably is not going to get you to become a sponsor. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. Who's going to change? That's all about the change. And who's going to see the change once the change happens? I don't know. I look at this stuff, and there's other stuff in the media this week. But I just think I get political because I was, independents were refused to vote. I discussed that earlier, which I think is a travesty. I think it's horrible. I don't believe in the Democrats, Republicans, conservative, liberal. I don't believe in all that stuff. I believe the person walks in there, votes for who they want to. Why do they have to have a party? Why do they even have to address a party? Why can't they have a system where 4 or 5 people stand up and say, I want to become president. I want to become the next person to run the country. And they sit there and they say, okay, well, go up there and tell people why and hope they vote for you. That's all. That's all we need. That's it. That's it. And as I'm shuffling through the papers, and as I'm sitting here, and as I'm wondering what's going to happen at the end of the show, or after this show, or how many emails I'm going to get, I sit here and I begin to wonder what's going to be happening. What is going to happen with this election? Why are things not going to be happening? Why are things not happening in a way they should be? Why are we all sitting here yelling and screaming at each other when we should be working together? Why is it that this and why is it that? And that's no way to live our lives either, by the way. So we're questioning every darn living thing we go on. But it's part of life. It's part of life, folks. If you don't like it, you know what to do. But don't do it around me. And don't do it around your family. And don't do it on this earth. Go somewhere else. Go to the moon, strip naked, and run around for a while. That'll take care of your problem right there. With a bunch of nude people running around the moon, I mean, it would get pretty amazing. It'd be a great reality show, I'll tell you that much. Which there's enough talk about that stuff, too. But anyways, I've been rambling on for a while now. I'm out of breaks. The PSA breaks were already done. Maybe you won't hear the PSA. Maybe you'll hear the other commercials. Maybe you won't. Maybe I screwed the whole system up earlier when I started pressing buttons to type some stuff in to get this program up and running and up and doing and up and going when it should be. The email is a problem. I realize that. I've emailed some of you back. Some of you have been complaining that when you do an email, and the iBlog TV chat room here is getting lower and lower. People are leaving, people are coming. We have 27 people in the chat room tonight. That's great. A lot of them, the old movies refuse to even show the camera in the room type of deal. So we deal with that. And as I speak of the camera, as I speak of what I'm beginning to go on to is that we see the TV and we see the camera and we see the picture, so to speak, of what's there for us. And it's almost like, what the heck? It's almost like, what are you doing? It's almost like, why are you doing this? Why are you telling us what to look at, what to see, what to hear? I question it all the time if they're showing us what they're supposed to be. I have questioned all my life if TV news is something is not something to do something or other to do something else. And yes, the do something is enough. And yes, I just rambled on about doing something. But that's the way it works. The weather, the news, what's going on, the war, the politics. It's all about something. And I don't know if it's right. I don't know. One news story will tell me something different. If somebody kicked a red ball into a glass house and knocked some old lady in the head, and she fell to the floor, the next news agency will say, well, we don't know what happened. We believe that an old lady was bopped in the head with something. Then the next news crew will come by and they'll act like they know the whole story. She was bopped in the head because her grandson didn't know how enough not to play with a ball. So now kids shouldn't play with balls. And then another news agency will blame her for being in the way of the ball, and that maybe, he had a right to be playing outside, and her control of him is wrong. And all these news stories about a kid kicking a ball and hitting an old lady in the head turns into a big mess. I don't know, folks. We're at the bottom of the program now. So think about this, folks. The next time you're out there, think about this. The next time you're doing something, think about this. Very hard. Are you hurting another person? Are you making fun of somebody? Is somebody else out there feeling bad because of what you did? And that's what it boils down to. The first half of the program, the second half, the third half. This whole program is a one big whole. Has discussed politics and what we did and how we do it and why we do it. But what it comes down to is, are the people's feelings being met? Are the people's needs being met? Are they happy? Or are they not being met? They're not happy. They're complaining, and life is just not good at all for them. And that's what we need to change. We need to make sure life is good for everyone. Folks, I see that it's time that I have to go. I see that this program is running over the normal time slot this week. Go ahead up on the site and make sure, and this week I was given a time slot, by the way, folks, and I made it. I made it by like 2 minutes now, folks. 2 minutes I've made it by. Go up online, check out www.diversitybroadcasting.com's independent artist. I encourage you to do that. These people are wonderful folks. I encourage you to go up online and check out my website, www.thewadeshow.com, our archives. We got other news and information for you. And as always, I encourage you to tune in every week on my iVlog TV chat room that we have here. Live chat room here. So, with that said, www.thewadeshow.com, www.diversitybroadcastingnetwork.com. I will see you next week, and I hope everybody has a good week.